Yo, it's the Latin Bass Assassin. What's up? What's happening? And we are doing some chilling, waiting for the Silly's Big Bass Splash to start. We're just kind of hanging out. We cannot throw a line out until 6 a.m. So, because of that, we just hang out and wait. I think this is on. Might not be. Who knows? No, we're on. Yo, Tipton, what's up? We got to, bro. We've already had 2 people, or at least one, run up on this spot. So you gotta get here. Early bird catches the, hopefully the BBL, but we're gonna find out. While I'm out here, I'm gonna do a little bit of tackle changes. Gonna try and go later. So that's what's up, dog. Right now we are fishing the Silly's Big Bass Splash, so we're just waiting until it's game time. We can only talk to people on the chat till 6 o'clock. Once the tournament starts, then we can no longer chit chat. So we thought, oh, I do have a jig head on here. Interesting. So we thought we'd just start it up before the tournament. We'll just have an early morning sesh. Most people will be asleep, but that's all right. Apparently, it's only me and Tipton. Just retying here. Tipton is probably going to be, the lake's probably going to be very full. I mean, I don't mean like water-wise, but I mean people-wise. There's probably going to be a lot of people out here. Just saying. We got out here at about 4:30. this is freaking 8-pound test. Maybe. Yo, what up, Krill? What's happening? Just chilling in the dark. Now the game plan here is to just basically glide or die. See, Krill, I do wake up early, bro. Even though you're trying to spread rumors that I don't. I guess that'll work. It's not the straightest minnow I've ever put on. How many boats, my dude? That is unknown, but usually Sealy's tournaments, there's like thousands of entries, or like at least 1,000 entries. Let's not say thousands, but at least 1,000 entries. I already hear splashing out here. There's usually about 1,000 entries because everybody who's on the boat has to have an entry, so it's just basically a biggest fish wins the tournament kind of situation. That's the type of situation we're in right now. I have not come out here this early in the morning since fall decided to turn into winter. I'm gonna move this seat to the back. And since I don't need, well, I should have just left it. But since I don't need an Alabama bass tour. Yeah, bro, lately, the lake has been full. All right, so another boat is rolling up. I wish there was more visually, guys, but it is gonna be another 30 minutes before okay, sunrise is at 6:40. So that means there's going to be a lot of darkish, dawnish fishing. All right, appreciate that, Josh. Pleasant dreams, my friend. We will be out here trying to make some dreams come true. I should put that on vibrate. Probably woke up all the fish. Oh, it's a little fresh. But you guys will be proud of me. I only have my hooded sweater on. I could take a little nap right now, even. We have another 30 minutes of darkness, 27 minutes of no cast darkness. I'm only afraid to take a nap because there has been a time or two that the ghost trolling motor on spot lock just decided, yeah, I'm not spot locked anymore. I haven't really determined what caused that. Was it a phantom movement of the trolling motor pedal, or was it just it decided not to be on spot lock anymore? So if I take a little nap, I might end up by the bridge by the time I wake up. Well, bro, I'm not saying it was your fault. It's just an added data point. It was an added data point that it also happened when you were here. So, not blaming you, just saying that it did happen when you were here as well. But it could have been you. I just won't blame you. Now that I just realized Creel's watching. Maybe he could watch while I'm sleeping. He'll watch over me. Creel, do me the favor and watch over me while I'm asleep. That way I can sleep in comfort, knowing that you're watching over me. Yeah. Put on that FXR. Now it'll be a little bit toastier. Still got the tags. You should see one little light, bro. This is basically going to be like the Titanic, bro. I'm going to be asleep, and then I'm going to put the I guess co-captain on watch. And if we hit the iceberg, bro, it's going to be your fault. What up, Fred? Only Fred and Creel are awake right now. Everybody else is fast asleep, dreaming of BBLs. Now, today is probably going to be frustrating for some people because I am going to throw that glide the majority of the day. I may or may not move from this spot. Nobody knows. So some people might be like, yo, why hasn't this guy moved? We've been here all day. Maybe it's because I'm trying to save gas. Who knows? Hauling creel around the lake the other day, it was a lot of gas. So now maybe we just conserve gas. I'm just messing around, creel. I got a full tank of gas just in case we got to go up to a goose pond. Amanda's awake? What up, Amanda? This is bright and early. Hopefully we didn't wake you. Jamal, what up? Oh, I appreciate that, Fred. I hope that you are currently having a good day, seeing as how your day probably is either close to ending or potentially, I don't know, midday right now. So hopefully you have a spectacular day as well. And thank you for that 5 pound minimum. But for this tournament, we are probably going to need, let's say, 7+ in order to be able to have a shot at winning, well, the boat. I would go with probably 8+ would be winning the boat. Well, hopefully, creel, they're a little bit bigger than 7s, but if we can only take a 7, well, we'll just take a 7 then. We'll take a 7, get a little bit of cheddar, and we'll be good. Jamar, I'm out here right now. I got my FXRs on or my FXR top on because somebody told me winter was gone, but I didn't listen to you, Jamar, after the first time you let us down. So I brought my FXRs. Cuba Tater, what's up? Tater, we are just every fish. That's the type of energy we like here, Fred. Sorry if I coughed into your guys' ears. My bad. Cuba Unlimited. We've been out here since 4 and change, bro. 4 and some change. We beat the rush. There was, at minimum, 1 boat that attempted to stop off right here in this location. But rise and shine, Unlimited. Wake up, sleepyhead. Am I navigating by the stars? No, I'm navigating by my heart, bro. It's more reliable than the stars. There's enough light to see out here. The GoPro makes it seem like it's pitch black, but it is not. Once your eyes adjust, then you can see. I can see the bank all the way over there. I can see it all. I mean, I'm still not traveling at 100 miles an hour, but I can see it all. Right now, I'm just spot locked waiting. We're having a waterside chat. I cannot cast until 6 o'clock, 6 a.m., let's say. Hey, Unlimited, you ain't got a lie to kick it, dog. If you barely woke up, you barely woke up, bro. We're just gonna heckle you, but I mean, it's all in good fun. You don't gotta be here, bro. I've been up since 1 in the morning. It's what I do. I sleep 2 hours and then I wake up. I've trained my body. All right, and there goes a boat. So at 4 whatever in the morning when I got here, it wasn't terrible. Then I had to fight with the GoPro because I had to enter my YouTube password again. It kicked me out. I was like, what the heck, bro? What's your deal, GoPro? You already want to start some shad? All right. But we got that fixed. Oh, my dudes. I tied on the 7 Slayer, and I had pulled out some line just so that I could attempt to take out line twist. And as I was reeling it back in, allowing the twist to work itself out, I freaking felt an abrasion. And I was like, what the heck is that? There was a very, very abrased portion of line that was within a cast length. So it's a good thing we found that. We clipped off the amount of line that was after the abrasion, and then we hope that we have enough line for at minimum 1 cast length. It's gonna suck if we don't, but we'll make it work. Didn't get up till 3:45, bro. That's when I got up, bro. What sports ball team is this, Fred? What sports ball team is winning? Let me see. Is Fred a soccer guy or is Fred a cricket guy? Oh, dudes, I see a little satellite going through the sky. It's not very often that I'm out on the water chilling and having time to look up, except for like at eagles. But eagles are cool. This right here is a extraterrestrial sighting. Not an alien, but a satellite outside of well, I assume it's outside of Earth's atmosphere, but it might not be, depending on where that satellite is. Who knows? Hey, there's a second satellite going. How many of these things are up there? Remember, guys, at 6 a.m. I will not be able to interact with the chat anymore because them the rules. Oh, I forgot, bro. You are probably you guys are probably watching Aussie Rules, which I believe might be rugby. Would have had to fish for the line. Uh-oh. Did we get cut off here? Oh, no, we didn't get cut off. Okay, all right. We just had a little spinny for a little bit. Bro. Yo, Amanda, if it had snapped, it would have taken everything. Hopefully the fish would have jumped up and tried to spit it out. Then I would have located where the fish could possibly be and then get the rest of the line. But thankfully, we do not have to see what that situation would look like. There might be some swimming involved. Who knows? Yo, Merc. Merc is in the house. When the Merc is in the house, oh my God, a danger. Yo, Travis, what up? Travis, we had to get up early, bro, because this is the Sealy. You can chill at the spot. You just can't cast. So we're just chilling at the spot. Fred, I will be fishing solo throughout the day. So it's gonna get kind of weird because I'm gonna know that you guys are watching. It's not like I'm gonna have Creel here. Last time I had Creel here, so the conversation was, it was normal because, well, in terms of normal, I mean, it was normal between like two individuals, but probably the context of the conversation was not what would be normal. But I had him to interact with. Now, I know that you guys will be watching, but I won't be able to read your comments, so I'm going to just be essentially talking to myself, and it's going to get weird. People are going to be all like, dude, this guy's been talking to himself for like 8 hours. What the heck's wrong with him? Oh, we got 8 minutes, guys. We have 8 minutes until it's game time. Ooh. That's what I'm saying, guys. It's gonna be weird. I'll be talking to myself. You guys might not even be able to see me for the first hour. Gilvo Rude. Let me guess, Rude, you've been awake since 2 in the morning. Like unlimited. Oh, 22. You know what's up. Oh, we have 7 minutes left. 7 minutes before we can cast a line. Now remember, guys, we are going to glide or die today. Hopefully not the die portion. There goes another satellite. That's 3 satellites I've already seen. We are going to glide or die. So it might not be that entertaining. I don't even know how I'm gonna engage you guys. What's up? What's happening? Oh, I should play that jam for right now, but we're just chilling. About to leave work. Yeah, Creel, he's been up since 4 p.m. yesterday, so top that. Mr. I got up at 3:45. at the same time. Dude, seriously? Because I put my alarm for 3:45. Are we that in sync, bro, that I put my alarm at the same time that you do? Oh, that's weird. I'm gonna start putting my alarm for a different time. Well, it'll only be for the next 2 days.
Lake Guntersville, we live, streaming live, y'all locked in. They call me Latin.
Well, Fred, we're gonna be locked in on the glide, but we might throw a jig. We might change it up. But we are definitely gonna throw the glide for the majority of the time. 5 minutes, 5 minutes. You woke up at 1:15? He woke up at 1:15 probably to go make some pee-pee, bro. "22, beat us all. He's been up since 1985. Oh, I forgot. It's Friday, Friday. Gonna catch a fish on Friday. Casting and catching, yeah.
Same crew riding with me again. From the bank to the boat we can. Hit go live, let the show begin.
The show will begin in 3 minutes. One more cast before I gotta go. Oh, it was already made. It just needed an escape route. And we were like, yo, we are filled to capacity. Can someone notify the brain that we need some relief here? Got it. Illinois won last night. Let's carry that over today. Who did Illinois play? Were they playing Houston? I don't remember. All right, Fred can feel it. We have less than 2 minutes left. We have exactly 1 minute and 30 seconds on my mark. 1 minute and 30 seconds before we can start casting. It was Houston. Dude, they were raining threes all over the place. It was like when Alabama played, whoever they played on the last round, and those guys were, threes were falling from everywhere. Oh, that is definitely the intent. 1 minute mark. Okay. It is a 1 minute mark, guys. I guess we should probably get a little serious. Oh, I gotta bid you guys adieu. So, my dudes, I will see you on the other side of whatever this tournament ends at 2 p.m. So, my dudes, I must say goodbye. So, roll with me if you can, and then we'll see if we can go make some money. All right, guys, fish around. We're gonna fish around and we're gonna find out. Peace out, homies. All right. Chat is gotten rid of, but like I said, I'm gonna talk to myself. I'm gonna make it nice and weird and chat to myself with the chat. I have turned the camera forward. We are at the 6 o'clock mark. 6 o'clock is game time. It is time to cast. Here we go. There's already a splash right there. Let's get a cast to that splash. Again, guys, we are throwing the glide. The 7 Slayer. I have a topwater on. I might be able to throw a topwater. This is gonna be so weird. Let me throw a topwater real quick. It's tied on already. I said I was gonna glide or die, and immediately I changed the game plan. That's how we do it. The problem we have with the glide is that I can't see how much line I have. Remember, I had to cut off the line because it had an abrasion in there. Krill, there are some people on the other area where you told me that you and your, I think, father-in-law maybe, or your dad, caught some nice fish. I'm gonna get a tad bit closer. So there is plenty of low light time. I didn't expect this much time in low light conditions, but it's good for us. All right, 2 more casts with the top water, and then we are going to move on to the glide or die. I can see a little bit better, so I'll be able to see where the glide goes. Don't want to end up with the glide in a tree, a bush, or cast it off my line. I can hear all the gnats. That is natsty, bro. Super natsty out here. All right, it's gonna be very close. In terms of amount of line that we have. That humming noise is not the power lines. It is a shad ton of gnats. Saw some splashes off to my right. Well, I guess since there's not much action nor light, I'll let you guys enjoy yourselves a little Guntersville sunrise right here. That's a lot of twist. All right, Seventh Layer, will you quit doing helicoptering, bruh? That is going to cause us a problem. Sorry about that, guys. You son of a fish. Quit helicoptering, bro. I'm going to adjust a little bit. Just so I can, dummy. I could throw it at 2 angles. Currently in 10 feet of water. I'm hoping you guys can hear that humming. That's a little wide. Welcome to the Guntersville Sunrise Channel. I'm your host, the Latin Bass Assassin, and we hope that you have a fantastic Friday. I'm very, very close. I'm gonna have to re-spool. After I found that crazy abrasion, I'm gonna have to re-spool because this is barely a cast length away. Disgusting. Disgusting amount of helicoptering. Oh, that's so gross. Don't worry, guys, you are not missing anything over here. I'm gonna move up just a tad. Hopefully that doesn't ruin your sunrise. It might. My apologies. But we got a little task that we're trying to accomplish here. let's point the camera in this direction. I will eventually be facing the sunrise. Got a new game plan now that I've seen what the problem is. I could have probably busted an audible, but I didn't know how much light there was or wasn't at 6 o'clock. But now I know, and knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe, bro. You live, you learn. You live, you learn. I'm sure that this other option, based on what we've seen recently, this other option wouldn't have been a bad option. But, anyways, Patience, my dudes. We just need one. We'll cast back in the direction that we just came from. So we're being thorough, casting from different angles. Nevermore, nevermore. There came a there came a raven, a rap tap tapping at my power line. Nevermore, nevermore. Where'd that dummy go? Oh, there he is. Nobody writes stories about you, Canadian geese. So keep it down. Or at least not that I know of. At least they don't write stories that you're forced to hear about in high school. You may have a story or two about you, but nobody cares. If you've just tuned in, we are ride or glide or dying. Sorry, bros. Ride or die has been ingrained in my head since I was a wee lad. But we are gonna glide or die today. In hopes of getting that fish that we need to separate us on the leaderboard. Put us on the winner's podium. We shall see. Rock. We're gonna rock or die. Came in a little shallow right there. The beauty of the glide is that the amount of weight that it has, it tends to find its way off those rocks real nice. I'm not trying to jinx it. All right, I just floated over this area and I was marking some fish. They are in about 8 feet. So we're gonna cast over that point or little section that comes out. I wouldn't really call it a point, but you get the point. Terrible, terrible. All right, so we got the fish finder, nice and bright. Had to lower the brightness in the morning because that was too much. All right, guys, that right there is going to be a Guntersville sunrise when it happens. One 1,000, two 1,000, three 1,000, four 1,000. After this cast, I will have to have a mic off moment. Oh, I also forgot to charge my batteries. So we'll see how that plays out. Should be okay. They're lithium. I should have enough juice to be out here all day, but we're gonna find out. Let me have a mic off moment so that we can at least fish comfortably. All right, well, as I was miking off, you know I like to have a cast out there, so I seem to have gotten my jig stuck on a rock. And I'm free. So, anyways, we are now throwing a jig. It's a 1/2 ounce jig. These geese are really trying to kill the vibe here. I count right now at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boats in this region. Definitely a happening area. Once that sun rises, guys, we will get back to eyes on the prize, but the least you could get is a sunrise, so we'll leave it there. I got my jig stuck because I tried to hook a BBL mid-flow. Blah, 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 blah. But it didn't happen. We're currently in 14 feet of water, fishing this power line. remember, guys, the majority of today is going to be glide or die, but we will throw a jig every now and then. Check my abrasions. Oh, yep, very full of abrasions. It's just like I like my line. I will re-tee that in a second prior to going to this area across from here, because that area across from here, as Creel knows, is a very, it has a huge jig consumption appetite. Hey, a little ducky down on the water, bros. Look at that. Look at the little ducky down there, bro. I'm not your mom, but look at the little duck, bros. What's he doing here? Okay, we just got distracted. Look at the little dude. This duck thinks that Silver is its mommy. Silver's not your mommy. And if a bass eats you right now, I'm gonna lose it, bro. Where is your mom, bro? You're not gonna survive out here with without your mom or somebody. Look at that little guy. Oh, you guys are missing the sunset because of that guy. Sunrise. All right, little ducky. I don't know what you want me to do for you. Little ducky, how can I help you, bro? Were you sent to distract me? You were sent to distract me, right? I'm not a bird watcher, but were you sent to distract me? Little bro, I don't know how to help you. I don't think you're Canadian. Maybe you are Canadian. I don't know. I haven't seen your head separate from your body, so the top of your head at least. I don't think this guy is Canadian. Get out of here, bro, before this osprey sees you and ospreys you, bro. I'm hung up. That's why I'm moving you guys out of your sunrise. My bad, but I had to. I'm hung up over here. Oh, he must belong to that mallard over there. Why would you go so far away from your mom, bro? That's exactly how every child story goes. Every fairy tale. Well, maybe that mallard is more of an 80s parent and is all like, yo, just come back before the sun goes down. So the little ducky can cruise around. Maybe it's the ugly duckly story playing out right before my eyes. Who knows what I'm looking at right now? All I know is there's a little duck. He's lost. Now I'm sad. It doesn't look like this mallard over here is his buddy. Moderator, I'm gonna have to bring a duck home. I'm gonna have to cut the tournament short because I gotta save the life of a little duck. Oh, you guys aren't even looking at the sunrise. You guys are looking at somewhere else. Nobody loves this guy. He's going out into the middle of the water now. No, ducky, come back. I smell ducky. You smell me? In case you guys don't know what reference that was a Land Before Time reference. Yes. We go that far back that we reference Land Before Time and the tree stars. All right, that duck. This life might not be long for that duck. He is just in the middle of the lake now. I would have raised him, but que triste, bro. Look how sad he is out there. A little dude swimming by himself. And those are the laws of nature. Here we are witnessing the beauty of, but also the beauty of, and also the danger, the carnage, the something of nature. The unforgivingness of nature. Little dude, he's just swimming to nobody. He could have hung out here with me. Imagine, bros, I'm cruising down the lake. I'm cruising down the lake with a little ducky on the passenger seat. Probably be cooler than cruising with Creel in the passenger seat. Dude, if I had gone to weigh in with that little ducky, everybody'd be like, what the heck? Yeah, dog, this is my new homie. Met him on the water. Seriously, dudes, this guy is just cruising halfway. He's like in the middle of the lake. Pobre vato. All right, we are in 12 feet of water, and we are fishing with a heavy heart as we are watching a little ducky basically, he's gonna go and one day just be somebody's lunch. I'm looking at this mallard over here, giving it the evil eye because it didn't take care of that little duck. Yeah, you know I'm talking about you. You could have at least, again, it till it's here. All right, guys, the sun is nice and bright in your eyes. Forget about that. Now it's game time. We're so sad. Hopefully you guys saw that little duck so you could be sad with me. I could still see him. I fear that a boat is gonna go by, not see him. I mean, the dude's only got like little feet, so he can only go so fast. Little dude's gonna be all like, ooh. He reminds me of the little duck in like, well, from like Looney Tunes or whatever. I think it was a little duck. Had a little raspy voice. So sad. I wish you the best of luck, little dude. If he had hung out here, I would have attempted to save his little life. But he decided he didn't want to hang with me. Now, I do have the question. If that little dude wanted to hang out with me, would I be legit, or would the game warden be all like, bro, why do you have a wild duck? And I'd be all like, well, because the little dude, oh, we want to just splash right in front of me while I'm got a jig out there. The little dude was lost. So I'm probably not allowed to intervene. They probably have a strong no intervening policy. Oh, that's a nice one. All right, let's stay calm here. Well, let's relax. Make sure we don't do anything dumb. This is a decent one. So they'll have a strong no intervening policy. Do not mess with nature, my friend. So, let's see. Looks like a BBL. I don't know what size of BBL. Remember, guys, this jig does have abrasions on it. So that's cool. All right. So, we have our first fish of the day. This right here definitely looks like a BBL. Jig is just out. Let's see what size of fish this is. Probably a 6. We're gonna tar it. This is a BBL. This right here weighs 6 pounds, 4 ounces. We may need to go to Goose Pond at some point in the day. 6 pounds, 4 ounces. Thank the good Lord. Then we caught that fish. It was all about the ducky story, bro. It was all about the ducky story. Thank the good Lord. 6 pounds, 4 ounces on some really abrased line. But again, thank the good Lord, we caught ourselves that 6'4", potentially, we could at least get a check. Get a check to pay for the gas, maybe? Thank you, little ducky, for holding us here, bro. Again, we always say we only go where the good Lord puts us. And the good Lord put us right here, staring at the little ducky as he cruised away. We do not know what his fate is, but we do believe that there is an anti-intervening policy that goes along with nature. Okay, there's a fish splashing right there. So 6'4", that might get a check. I don't know how much of a check because the big boys come to play. So I feel like here's the thing, I didn't buy the insurance card, which pays out like maybe 2 more places or something like that. I didn't buy it because I was like, that's stupid. I've never had to use it. But maybe it'll come into play today, and then I'm gonna be all like, what an idiot, you didn't buy it. What an idiot. But we got that by super slow rolling this jig. I'm talking about, we were rolling this jig like it was a Sunday morning. So it wasn't a 7. But it is a BBL, and seeing as how that BBL continues our streak, you know what we got to do, dogs. This is the streak that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. Some people started watching it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue watching it forever just because this is the streak that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. Some people started watching it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue watching it forever just because this is the streak that never ends. My dudes, hopefully this streak will include a cash check. We're gonna have to listen. The first weigh in is at 7. So we don't want to go in at the 7 mark. Probably the noonish mark is better, because if you go in at 7, that's when everybody's catching the big ones. The big ones that are essentially waking up and stuff. So around the noon time frame will be when it's harder to catch a fish. And potentially, maybe, we end up going up around that time. If we don't run out of jigs. Oh, we got to also think about wind. It is going to get a little bit breezy, so we got to see about, well, we can trailer up. So you can trailer and drive over there, so that's another option. So my jig wants to catch one 6-pound BBL and then just decide that it wants to stay in the water. Well, that's not allowed. You gotta at least catch one more. Let me retie that, because that's nasty, but still doable. So if you are just tuning in, we have caught ourselves a BBL, a 6-pound, 4-ounce, I believe, BBL. And we will take that. We're going to do it. Ooh, I don't think I have a weigh-in here. Not being prepared. Bag. Didn't charge the batteries. What else? Just another day. All right, we're tied back on. Let's get it, homies. We just gotta be extremely patient, slow rolling. We're not in a race. This might be boring for you guys, but we're not in a race. We got 3 whole days to catch the biggest fish of the 3 days and see what happens. We're throwing a 1/2-ounce jig with a Berkley Chigger Craw trailer. It is a Berkley 3-inch Chigger Craw. Remember, we are not here for quantity, we are here for quality. That one bite right there is a good start. We can live with that. I'm gonna have to pull out this radio. It might demonetize us because they announced the weights on this radio station. We'll see what we got here. I don't even remember what the radio station was.
A manner. Plus, Weathers carries Queen washing suppliers. They have up to a 7-year warranty, and they service what they sell with their own technician. Smart TVs like LG and Samsung.
I think it was like 90 something, maybe 98, maybe 94.
They've been in business for over 40 years, 4th generation strong, and they will not be undersold. Weathers Furniture and Appliance in Guntersville at 1336 Gunter Avenue.
Okay, in case you guys want, we got ads apparently on the broadcast now.
Venture Out Supply Company. This is the sale you've been waiting for. Venture Out Supply Company is moving their Albertville location. And that means you score big. They don't want to move the merchandise, so you save 30 to 70% off store-wide.
You hear that, guys? 30 to 70% off store-wide.
That's right.
I have no idea what the store is.
70% off the inventory in Albertville. The deals are massive, but they won't last long. And at both locations, Guntersville and Albertville, winter items are now 30 to 50% off. Jackets, outdoor gear, cold weather apparel, and more priced to move. Chris and Jennifer are working hard to bring you in.
Chris and Jennifer. We're at 95.9. Moderator, can you text me what the radio station is?
Before we take a look at birthdays and anniversaries, what's interesting about today?
We got a today in history. Let's see.
Historical events include the 1964 Good Friday earthquake in Alaska. It was
Something
North
about an
America's
earthquake in Alaska.
strongest ever earthquake. Today's date is known for the first deadly and largest aviation accident. Back in 1513, Spanish explorer back in 1794, the U.S. Congress authorized the construction of the U.S. Navy. This date, 1910, the very first cherry blossom trees gifted by Japan to America were planted in Washington, D.C. And this date, the most powerful earthquake in North American history took place, a 9.2 magnitude earthquake.
Okay, the moderator might be asleep, as normal people are. So let's look and see what the radio station is. The heck? Lake Guntersville. Okay. .3. 98.3 is the radio station. So we can hear the weights. This is, I don't think this is 98.3.
We go see it on Broadway though, Eric. Congratulations.
Awesome, thanks.
Oh, thank goodness we're switching from winter to spring weather. That means it's time to change up your footwear, and you can save big on new shoes at One Family Clothing's Anniversary Super Sale.
Yeah, we are probably getting demonetized.
Corkies and Bogalusa shoes priced at $24.99 each. Select men's Chillo shoes are $16.99. Select women's Teva shoes are just $39.99. And it's not just shoes on sale this weekend. Women's Sedona tennis skirts and running shorts are $12.99. You can get juniors Mary J mineral washed short sleeve knit rompers for $19.99. And men's long sleeve Southern Marsh tees are only $39.99. You'll save on lots of graphic tees and kids clothing too. And before you leave the store, don't forget to register for free shoes for life at Martin's and Wakefield's before April 4th. Spring has sprung. Get the footwear to go enjoy it at the Martin's Family Clothing Shoe Anniversary Super Sale in Anniston, Oxford, Gadsden Mall, Rainbow City, Decatur, Florence, Bell City, and Boaz. Martin's Family Clothing, simply better.
Hi folks, I'm Don Wessels, and when it comes to Truck Month, nobody does it like Woody Anderson Ford. Right now, save $13,000 off MSRP on 25 F-150s. Take 90.
We're just waiting to hear what the radio station, or which station we're on right now. I haven't, an analog dial here, so I have no idea what station I'm on right now.
Cash on select models. Drive home a brand new 25 F-150, Lightning or Super Duty with 0 down payment, 0 payments for 90 days. That's right, 0 down, 0 payments for 3 full months. All incentives applied with approved credit. Offer ends 3/31/26.
I gotta just figure out how do I want to get up there. I could trailer up and drive, which is the most economical.
Technology and the kind of deals that only come around during Truck Month. Nobody does Truck Month like Woody Anderson Ford. I'm Don Wessels, and we can't wait to see you.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time, or even show up at all?
Now, I don't know, so they said I couldn't interact with the chat, right? So that makes sense. But when I go to the weigh-in, the live's just gonna be hanging out at the boat. So I'm gonna need you guys to watch all my stuff. So if someone steals my stuff, you guys keep an eye out for them. But either way, I'm gonna see if I can go live from the weigh-in and just be hanging out like live on my phone. Cause that I don't think should be a problem, because I'm just weighing in and just waiting. But not my tournament, so we'll have to see what they say. .90-something.
Over 30 miles an hour. Temperatures drop all the way down to 38 tomorrow morning. A higher fire danger than normal with the drought conditions, gusty winds, and low humidity throughout the day tomorrow. Outdoor burning is discouraged. Highs around 63, back in the 70s Sunday.
Traffic time on Mix 96.9 from the
96.9.
Oh, things are definitely looking good right now. Book.
Into downtown Tuscaloosa. Just settle and watch out for those orange barrels. They aren't giving you much room to maneuver through that curve in the iHeart Tuscaloosa Traffic Center.
Better not have been my little duck friend there, Osprey.
little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com.
Professional wrestling fans, the action continues every week.
That Osprey has something in his hands, or claws. But I don't know what it is.
It is like electricity flowing through your veins. Don't miss the adrenaline, the drama, and the total non-stop action.
I think that's just a clump of grass, maybe.
Don't miss the action of TNA Thursday night. For more information, visit TNAWrestling.com.
The Whataburger Monterey Melt is back?
All right.
Has some nerve showing up here again.
So it's supposed to get windy, so what is the best game plan?
Grilled peppers and onions and jalapeno.
Silver can take it, but
When I want you, you're nowhere.
do I want to go through all that?
Back? Aw, get in here. We just missed you, that's all.
The Whataburger Monterey Melt is back for a limited time and harder to resist than ever. Download the app. What a burger!
I have heart failure, and being out of breath all the time was just too much. I also have other symptoms like carpal tunnel syndrome.
All right, one more cast with this jig, and then we will throw the glide and see what's up.
On the free iHeartRadio app, your no-cost destination to hear all of the songs that were just released, including Miley Cyrus, Luke Bryan,
Miley Cyrus still sings?
Paul McCartney, and so much more. Open the free iHeartRadio app and search new to listen now.
Weather brought to you by Jarvis Service Company, your local Tempstar heating and cooling dealer.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
Temperatures for your Friday morning will start off in the 50s and lower 60s. A mild start, not bad. A light sweater and jacket is really all you'll need. Will it be
That's what I got.
Friday, but there is a chance for a few showers during the afternoon. Friday will be very record warm once again with highs in the low to mid 80s. Chance as we move into your afternoon and evening as a cold front approaches, and that will slightly drop our temperatures heading into the weekend. Get updates on the weekend forecast on
WB, what? Kind of feel like this is not the station.
Light it up to 70% off. The store-wide sale at Richard's.
Brands like KraftMaid. Whether you're building or remodeling, come in now and save up to 70%.
Over 5,000.
I'm throwing a jig head minnow now.
Store-wide.
The store-wide sale here at Richard's Lighting going on now. Richard's Lighting open Monday through Friday, University Drive in Huntsville.
Why is getting out of bed so hard? Oh, right.
definitely, probably, potentially going to get demonetized because we're just trying to hear the weights. I'm throwing a jig head minnow real quick while I wait for this. Hey, it's Ben. Wind chill factor below freezing tomorrow.
I think the snake in the morning is a great way to wake up and, get my sun something before I start to work. Star 99.1.
99.1. I don't think that's what I said. I think I said 98 point something.
Everybody can't listen to every show.
Oh, we got problems. How am I supposed to know what to weigh in? Oh. Okay. Now we are definitely getting demonetized. Yeah, I was gonna throw a glide. So tomorrow's gonna be cold in the morning. Well, that sounds stupid. So I can tell you guys right now, we are definitely not winning the boat with that fish that I have in there, in the live well right now. But we do have the potential of cashing a check with that fish. That we will not be disappointed with. Now it's just the strategy play. When do you run that fish up there? We're getting demonetized, bros, but we gotta demonetize in order to know what was weighed in. The U2 pennies versus the potential of cashing in. We gotta go with the potential of cashing in, because we're talking pennies versus hundreds. We're gonna go with the hundreds. So the intent was to glide or die, but we threw a jig and that's how we caught the fish. And we're all right with that. We said we'd go back and forth between a jig and a glide. But the intent is to mostly throw the glide. The jig got us a 6.4, I believe. And potentially the glide could get us a 7. I'm just kind of chilling right here because the wind is blowing and making a little, let's call it an eddy behind this island. And that's about where I casted for that jig fish. So we're just kind of chilling right here. It doesn't look too windy, but it is on that side. If you guys are not fans of country, then we're gonna have a problem because this is the radio station to give us the information that we need. I mean, in theory, I could just take this fish right now and then just call it a day. If I cash a check, I'll be like, all right, guys, see you tomorrow. Well, we're gonna attempt to catch a couple more. That's why it is very important to know what the minimum weight is. And I mean, it's kind of tough because currently I'm about like 40 some minutes away from the weigh-in. So I got to go all the way over there, and there's a potential that when I go over there, that fish is not going to be in play, but I could wait till the next hour or whatever the case is. Yep, we're going to be demonetized.
Hour of the first day of Big Bass Splash at 7:42 at top. Right now, 6:48 at the top. On the bottom, we've got 232. Oh,
What the heck?
292 and 301. 232, 292, and 301 at the bottom. We have anglers continuing to come in. You got about 17 minutes left to come
we'll
weigh
definitely
in
not make this hour.
We'll continue to keep you updated as they come in to weigh their fish right here on Wild Country.
So a 6-pounder is on top right now. Okay. 6-pounder is on top right now. I don't know. It was a 6 and change was on top. So it's going to be kind of, I got to make a decision at some point in time. We'll probably fish this for another hour, and then we got to make a decision how we want to do this, because you got to have potentially 2 hours of a buffer, right? Because you're going to go up for the 1 hour and you're going to be all like, all right, well, during this hour, what are my chances? And then you feel it out, and then you leave yourself the potential of the other hour. So in case, you could just kind of hang out till that other hour comes along. But it seems like I would have cashed out pretty decently if I had gone right now. But you never know, bros. Because also, these guys might be doing the same thing that I'm doing and fishing as much as they can, and then they're gonna bring in the bigger ones later on. It's a crapshoot, bros. You never know. But we will. Three seven. 307 is the lowest fish. All right, so we're definitely not in there for this hour. Now I need to know if I want to drive the boat all the way over there. I'm probably gonna trailer up and cruise up there. .43 wind chill. .38 degrees in the morning tomorrow. So dumb. I'm gonna have a bone to pick with Jamar. He assured us that winter was gone. We are throwing the 7 Slayer. Currently with no success just yet, but when the 7 Slayer gets bit, the name should tell you everything you need to know. Dude, I feel like I have no choice. I have to. Oh yeah, guys. Oh yeah. She's from Texas, I can tell. Ooh. Oh, we 2-stepped our camera out of the angle. Here we go. Ooh. Dang, guys, look at that. You didn't know I had that, huh? That's why we don't play music. We'll start 2-stepping. We'll start crip walking. We'll start line dancing, square dancing. Gotta be careful, bro. We start raving. That's why we don't play music out here. She's from Texas, I can tell. Kind of feel like there should be a fish somewhere chilling right here, ready for the 7 Slayer. I'm gonna throw a jig out there after a couple more 7 Slayer casts. Let's see what we got. Bottom is 4, 422. 7-7 is on top. Four and change was at the bottom. They said they got a long line of anglers coming through. It's a lot of white butts facing me right now. Don't think I'm a fan. Canadian white butts all pointed at me. I don't think I'm a fan. Colin, you need to get your fellow Canadian white butters to get out of here. You guys see all those white butts in our direction? Not a fan. All right, I've switched back to the jig. I'm gonna throw it along this area right here. I had seen some fish as I cruised over it earlier, but then I got hung up, so I moved on. Oh, also, the little duck. I forgot about him. The little duck distracted me.
We've got about 5 minutes left of this first hour. We've got a new bottom number. New bottom number is 472. 472-677 is at the top. Again, you got about 5 minutes left to come and weigh your fish in. We've got 472 at the bottom. We're still looking for the perfect 3-pound, 4-pound, and 5-pound weights also. So if you think you got a perfect 3, 4, or 5-pound fish, go ahead and bring those up. There's over $330,000 guaranteed in cash and prizes this year at Big Bass Splashers.
Man, too bad these guys don't have a spot for a perfect 10 because I'd go cash in.
10.71 and 3.39. So all you ladies out there, you can come up and start weighing your fish. Again, 472 right now is on the bottom for this hour, 677 at the top with 5 minutes left to go. 15 places paid each hour of each tournament day, beginning with the 7 to 8 a.m. hour and continuing through the 1 to 2 p.m. hour for the 15 single heaviest bass weighed in. And again, 472 right now is at the bottom. So if you think you got a bigger fish than that, you can bring it on up. Stay tuned to 98.3 Wild Country. We'll keep you up to date on weight of the fish each hour of each day.
She brought the rain, rain brought the pain, pain brought the bottle.
Okay. So, what to do, what to do. You guys heard it. You guys are probably, right now, the wheels are spinning and you guys are like, he should do this, he should do that. I could read it in the chat. It's like I can see you guys. You're like, he should do this and he should do that. But you guys are misidentifying me or mispronouncing me. It is Vato Chingon is what I go by. Vato and Chingon. So in case you guys want to refer to me, you can say Vato or Chingon, one or the other, and we'll be good. Those are my pronouns. You can even mix them around and say Chingon Vato or Vato Chingon, whatever you want to do. All right. Well, that fish is still doing its thing. All right, guys, so I'm thinking that we're gonna make a move in a little bit. Not a fishing move, but we'll see, what time is it? 8, so we'll have 9, 10, 11. Got stuck. Tomorrow's gonna be cold, guys. Stupid. But we might be able to warm ourselves up with a check. You know what I'm saying? We might be able to go right now and get a check that would be enough for... we got a guide problem. Son of a fish. We were wrapped around our guide. Son of a fish. We had a guide problem, bros. Should have hand lined them. Son of a fish. Oh well, we don't know what size that was. We could only speculate. We were wrapped around our guide because the wind had wrapped us up at some point when we were lifting it up like this, checking it after we got off being stuck. Idiot. Oh, that's okay. Dang, 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 dang. Can't believe I missed that, bros. Let me see if I got a tournament bag in here. I doubt it. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Maybe it's in here. I know where one is, but that's at my house. Nope, not in here either. Okay. Plus, anyways, let's just chill it out, bro. Chill out. We are currently in about 12 feet of water. Nevermore. The other thing is, we got to see what the bonus hour is, because that's another play that needs to be taken into consideration. The bonus hour is everybody's going to take a fish because they want to see about cashing in on the bonus. Double your money. Bonus shirt doubles your money. Okay, maybe I should have done that. Okay, so the 8 to 9 is the double your money. Okay, I got it. And so is the 12 to 1. Okay, 8 to 9. So I don't think that we will be going in for the 8 to 9. We'll probably go in for the 9 to 10, because anybody who has that bonus will want to try and capitalize on it. And this is me just thinking out loud, talking to no one but someone at the same time. Dang it. That one that I missed. You could have up to 3 fish in your live well. So if I had caught whatever that other one was, in theory, I could have taken it with me and weighed one and chilled there and weighed another one the next hour. But, you know, optimize. Right now I'm throwing a jig head minnow. There has been no signs of a jig head minnow situation here, but we'll throw it. Why not? We do have the ability to utilize active target. We have not utilized it at all today. We're just out here fishing around and finding out like we do. In theory, we could turn our sonar off. Because we don't really need the sonar. I'll throw one more jig head minnow cast. We're gonna throw the glide here in this wind. I have high hopes for it, but does it believe in itself? Believe in yourself, Glide. One 1,000, two 1,000, three 1,000, four 1,000, five 1,000, six 1,000. Let's do it. So hopefully it's been somewhat entertaining, guys. We have one 6-pounder in the live well. Hopefully we can cash a check. And if Creel is watching, Creel, I caught it off of that jig that I Frankensteined. And by Frankenstein, I just mean that I put a particular skirt on that jig. One 1,000, two 1,000, three 1,000, four 1,000, five 1,000. Pop, 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 pop. Let's get it, dudes and dudettes, if there's any dudettes watching. All right, so the 9 to 10, or was it the 8 to 9? I don't even remember. Maybe it was 8 to 9. Maybe it was 9 to 10. I just barely said it, but I got a lot of things going through my mind right now, how to approach this. And still trying to catch another one and another one. One 1,000, two 1,000, hit it. Time check, 8:18. Okay, so it's gonna take me about 40 minutes to get there, probably longer. So let's just say an hour. So that's 9:19. I don't want to weigh in the 10 o'clock hour or the 9 to 10, because I believe that's the time that that's the Wrigley Spearmint hour. Double your pleasure, double your fun. Something, something, something with spearmint gum, or something along those lines. Close enough is what I say. All right, wind has picked up. Okay, then we are shooting for the probably 10 to 11 hour. But the 10 to the 11 hour means that we will only, unless we catch one now, we will only be more than likely excuse me, weighing in one fish because we wouldn't have enough time to come all the way back and fish. Now, we could drive the boat all the way up there and then show up somewhere out there and fish and hope to catch one. But that just, to me, as Creel and I proved during the tournament, the familiarity with that area is not great. Down here, well, we frequent, so a little more comfortable down here. One 1,000, two 1,000, half 1,000, because I don't want them to get stuck in that tree right there. Where you guys looking? But if we cash one check a day, or even just one check, that is, I mean, we ain't gonna be mad at that. All in a day's work. This wind-blown steep bank right here, I feel like they should be chilling right here somewhere. Or maybe they're on the backside of this. But I haven't been able to get them to munch the glide. We just need the one. We are 2 hours into this tournament and we are already doubting the glide. The mind must be strong. Glide or die. But we threw a jig and caught that fish, so glide or die-ish is what I say. Glide or die-ish. Ooh. Okay, so I outcasted my spool. So I will definitely need to re-spool because that abrasion that I found yesterday was a problem. Oh, son of a fish. Okay, definitely bit the glide, but came out the water and spat it out. All right, was probably, if I had to guess, was probably about a 5-pounder or less. But that would have been the second fish, so that we could have hung out over there, seeing if we could have cashed out twice. Son of a fish. That's on me. The dude wanted to have a race all the way to the boat. I don't like when they want to race. I like when they want to have a tug of war. Tug of wars I'm fine with. Races, I don't know. I can't keep up with those fools. Son of a bitch. It was definitely a BBL, but I think the most it could have been was a 5. Now, I might creep up just a little bit more. I'm just afraid that because the way the wind is blowing, Silver's butt is sticking out. So, or pointing towards the island. So I can't really creep up too much because I outcast my line. But I want to get a different, slightly different area that I'm casting to. I missed him. Just came up and spit my bait out. Let me reposition a little bit and try not to hurt Silver at the same time. Just so I can cast slightly further. Can't believe we missed that one. Again, it was probably a 5. But, I mean, a 5 could have been a check. So we shouldn't be so dismissive. My navies are still on. Gotta be safe. I can't believe I missed that one. One 1,000, two 1,000. 3 1,000. We are in 10 feet of water. I need you to move out the way, Goose. You're in my casting line. Missed that fish. Dum dum. I think what really happened was the 7 Slayer was all like, bro, that ain't 7. I don't want it. So I don't fault them for it. The 7 Slayer is a culling machine. It's just, he ain't gonna take anything under 7. I get that out of here, dog. You don't need that. But it doesn't know we do need that. Time check, 8:30. Oh, that was some eelgrass. Eelgrass is starting to want to play, huh? That's dangerous. We are throwing the Chingle Dingles, or the 7 Slayer, in the Chingle Dingles color. We missed one. Missed one, brah. What happened? Maybe you're getting old and your reflexes are not what they used to be. I'm gonna kind of reel this one in fast. The wind blew it closer to the tree than I would like. Knew it. Eelgrass. Okay, that's good, that's good. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000. Time check, 34. me throw one this way. Then I'm gonna throw a jig out in this direction. I'm gonna get a... I'm gonna get on the phone. I gotta ask some questions to establish the best way to run this fish up there. It's definitely not gonna be the lake now because the wind has increased, so I don't really want to go that way. Okay. Dang it, I missed the one on the glide. That would have probably potentially cashed in another checkup, but whatever. Can't cry over spilled bass, as they say. Who's they? Probably nobody, but let's start saying it. All right, dude, sorry about that. I had to organize the transport of this fish. I had to hash out the best way to get it over there. I do believe that the best way to get it over there has been determined. So what's going to happen is on the drive up there, once I trailer up, I'll cut off the live, and then I'll see with them if I can go live from the weigh-in. And then we'll see what's up. If not, then we might just have to update you guys on the status after the 2 p.m. hour. There's a lot of eelgrass filling in right here, so I don't like that. That's why I've switched to. There's a jig right here because eelgrass is starting to become a problem. Let's try this glide for a little bit. I'm gonna get off the water in a little bit. You know what? Well, let me throw again over here a couple times. Because I was gonna say I could go hit up the riprap right now. But I believe that the wind is blowing all this eelgrass. We'll check it out. Let's check it out, guys. It is bothering me that I missed that other fish on the glide. That one does bother me a little bit, but whatever. We at least have one. Actually, guys, let me reel this in and make another phone call. Something popped into my head. Eelgrass. All right, guys. Crisis averted. Okay, what do we do? What do we do? Well, let's throw a jig here one more time, and then we will... Well, that's not where I wanted the jig, but that's where the jig will go. Then we will go to potentially the riprap, if there's not a lot of eelgrass on it. But either way, we will be going to... Oh, bald eagles! I believe. Could be osprey. Maybe they're osprey. Maybe it's an osprey and some eagles. Nope, I think those... I can't tell, these fools are fighting. But either way, we're gonna head to weigh this fish in. Again, because of the distance that we are to the weigh-in, it's hard for us to take multiple trips up to the weigh-in area. Now there is a strategy, should one fish over there, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is where we chose to fish. And we're okay with only one fish, though we should have had a second fish right there. That son of a fish came off. Spat out the glide. Well, actually, technically, we could have had 3 fish because I had the other one that wrapped me on my guide. Well, the wind wrapped me on my guide. Then I got that bite, so could have had 3. But we're okay with 1. Let's get an update on the weights.
Quality's calling for famous specials and the freshest seafood falling. Our bakery's sweet and the meat's the best in town. Cut fresh and priced right, never let you down. So stop by Guntersville Foodland today. Great food and great prices right around the corner. Hey!
I weigh.
The roughest and toughest brawl, tough man and tough woman contest is coming to the DeKalb County Coliseum in Rainsville, Alabama. Friday, March 27th and Saturday, March 28th, and the legendary Butterbean is coming with us.
Butterbean.
The toughest man and woman in the South. Sign up to fight or get your tickets today at roughestandtoughest.com.
Sign up to fight.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
This could be interesting.
Words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's...
We could continue to fish this area, but some say a bird in the hand of fishing the live well is worth 2 in the bush, or the brush, or the lake, or the riprap, or the island, or whatever. That's what they say, guys. A BBL in the live well is better than a BBL in the lake. I think that's the way we're gonna go. A BBL is better in the live well is better than 2 in the lake. That is what we will say. Add it to the cool sayings that people have. This is just a little Juan. This is just a little Juan. A fat little Juan, no tag. We'll verify that this is a little Juan. Yeah, just a little Juan. 2 pounds, 13 ounces. Boom. Not the right size. £2, 13 ounces. Maybe if it had been almost a 3-pounder, then we would have taken that one to weigh it. But 213 is not 215. What time is it? 8:57. We're not weighing in on the 9 to 10 hour. The game plan is to weigh in on the 10 to 11 hour. Well, actually, I guess we could have weighed in on the 9 to 10. Because the 8 to 9 was the bonus fish or bonus shirt hour. Whatever. We'll go in the hour that it ends up being. We had to give ourselves some more time to catch a BBL.
We got about a minute left in the 8 o'clock hour of the Big Bass Splash. At the bottom right now, 370. 370 is at the bottom.
370?
Again, have about 1 minute left to come up here. We'll continue to keep you updated right here on Wild Country.
Okay, the bottom was 3 and change. But we ain't worried about that hour. Or apparently the next hour. We're worried about the following hour. One more cast here, and then I'm gonna head to the dock. We'll leave some meat on the bone for tomorrow. Okay, one more cast, and then we'll leave the meat on the bone. I feel like I was rushing that cast too much. So we're gonna give it what it takes to come back, and that's just it. Whatever it takes to bring it back, that's what it takes. All right, guys. I guess it's time to roll. We are going to go weigh this fish in. And we'll see what happens. Do we cash a check? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? We're gonna find out though. We had the opportunity to catch 3 fish here. We lost 2 of them, but we believe the one that mattered is the one that we caught. So, oh yeah, doing good in there. Fish just chilling. Let's go see what happens, guys. We've been out here since 4 in the morning, just hanging out, waiting. 4 and change. Okay, let's make sure everything's strapped down. We're strapped down, let's go. Tomorrow will be a different beast. Tomorrow it will be cold. Is causing a little bit of a chop. Day, and all my homies gon' ride today, and all this water looking fly today, and all we wanna do is catch a fight today. Hey, it's gonna be a good day, and ain't no hater gonna cry today about me fishing my way. You can save that trouble for another day. Hey, it's gonna be a good day. All right, guys, we are gonna take this fish to go get weighed in. This fish that is in the live well right now weighs 6 pounds, 4 ounces, I believe is what it was. I know for a fact that it was 6. We will see what their scales say. I think a bug hit me right under the eye. Son of a fish. Bros, the ramp is definitely full. Full of hopes and dreams. That's what the ramp is full of, bros. There are plenty of people out here. If you look over there, as soon as I turn the camera correctly, if you look over there, that ramp is full. Let's see which way these gentlemen are headed. Time to trailer up and see what happens. That squished my finger. Let's squish my finger right there, guys. All right, my dudes. I guess I will see you guys sometime after the tournament, unless I get back out on the water. But I will holler at you guys. As always, I appreciate you guys rolling with me. I am gonna see about going live at the weigh-in. They shouldn't have a problem with that, but we'll see. We'll see what they say. So my dudes, remember, fish around and find out.